If you are one who has to have all men in your company to feel confident or validated, or to feel like there's, nobody but you in the room, when you come around other sisters, check yourself first, because it might be you. It might be you with the issue. Greetings and welcome back to my channel, Spine Shine Goddess. I am Sandra Roberts, the Sin Goddess, and here at Spine and Shine, we are encouraging Black women to live, speak, and stand in their organic truth without permission or apologies. What's up, Spine Shiners? Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, new subscribers and old subscribers. Thank you for those who watched till the end. Those who are just here because they have respect or curiosity or a love for seeing the channel grow. They are here because they are supportive and I don't know. It's just an honor to have people to listen to what it is that you're saying when you feel like you're just ranting most of the time. And every time I say, I'm going to be positive, it's like I'm only moved to video when there's something on my mind that is not always in a good space. When I'm in a good space, I'm too busy enjoying the good space to stop and talk about how good it is. Or if I get a thought or I'm going through something that bothers me and I need to vent, it's therapeutic. So I feel kind of selfish. So that's why I'm grateful that you're here, because I do feel like sometimes this is just a selfish tool for me to get off what I need to get off and just hope by chance, by default, that you get something out of it. So thank you for putting up with me. I am very much grateful. This video is really about sisters being each other's peace. It's about being your sister's peacekeeper. Whatever hardship it is or whatever struggles there are in terms of being who you are as a Black woman and feeling like you don't have to work extra hard and do more for less in whatever category that falls in. Love, work, family. Just feels like as a Black woman, we're always working overtime. Although we're now being told from a new age, new genre of Black men that we're not being held accountable. I just don't see where we are slacking collectively. If I had to put it on a scale, I just don't see where Black women are slacking in large numbers. And what I mean by slacking is not handling business by any means necessary. Do we have our shortcomings? No, we're not perfect. Yes, many of us may have lots of issues and hang-ups, but we're such survivors. We are and we're so powerful when we are together as a unit. This expression that many of you all have about, I don't do women, I don't get along, that's why I don't do women, that's why I just can't, we just. I want you, if you're one of those women, I want you to just stare at yourself. I want you to get a mirror and stare at yourself and say, I don't do women. I don't like women. I don't get along with women. I just can't. I'd rather be around guys because I just can't, that's why I don't do women. I can't stand women. They too catty. What are you then? Are you not a woman? You can't get along with yourself? So if you are one who has to have all men in your company to feel confident or validated, or to feel like there's, nobody but you in the room, when you come around other sisters, check yourself first, because it might be you. It might be you with the issue. I want to end on a positive note of sisterhood. I want you to enjoy just a couple of minutes of some things that have been happening in my world here in Belize, and teaching massage and having visitors from home, and just, it's been a positive sisterhood cipher. So sit back and enjoy that. I'll end on a positive note. I am standing at the bus stop waiting. It seems like when I get ready to do a video, it's always because there's something that I want to complain about, or there's some issue. And I thought, let me think about that. As a channel and as a Black woman who is talking about things that happen specifically with Black women and talking to Black women, does it always seem like we have hang-ups? Do we? Do we have a lot of hang-ups? There are those channels that are very positive. Why couldn't I have been one of those channels that's just positive? Speaking affirmations, and after all, I am a massage therapist. So why is it about the drama for my channel? And not that it's always drama. It is always something. I can be speaking the truth about something positive. Maybe as Black women, we do carry baggage. See, that's just the thing when you're talking about race. You got those that feel like it's just our imagination. Like we're being gaslighted. Like this isn't real, what we feel as Black people and as Black women. Like it's just us. It's just you. You are the problem. It's the hang-ups. We're too uptight. We're too angry. We got too many issues. I feel like I'm always having to defend, because that seems to be where I end up in a lot of my videos, is defending Black women. And I don't know if that's my stuff or is it really real, because what I feel is real. If there's some white women looking at this channel right now, because I said this is about Black women, but I know you all, I am going to challenge those of you who are not Black. You're a woman watching. What are some of the things that you feel on a daily basis that pressure you? Like, I saw this really neat video and it was so good. Just outlined the contradictions and the things women have to contend with. On the one hand, you got to be this, but on the other hand, you got to do this. On the one hand, you got to do this, but on the one hand, you got to do that. You got to be this, but you got to be that at the same time. You can't be too this, you got to be that. You can't be too much of that, but you got to be a lot of that. Is it just our imagination? I feel like if it affects all women, you best believe being a Black woman, it's going to affect us even more. As they say, when white people catch a cold, Black people catch the flu. Or is that just our imagination? We say we have magic, so are we just not using it? Is it that we don't believe in our own magic, or is the magic actually being controlled? That we as goddesses, I say goddess. So as a goddess, am I somehow giving up a lot of my powers when I say that I'm being controlled and manipulated and the system is stacked against me as a Black woman? Like, either we're looking for an excuse, reason to explain why it's harder for us and why we should have a pass. Have Black women been given a pass to not be held accountable? Is that really true? Are we running around expecting 10s and 20s and we're operating at a 2 and 3? What has given us this arrogance, this sense of entitlement? What has made us feel like, yeah, we deserve this and you need to give it to us because we're Black women? We're special. We don't have to work that hard. And if we're going to work hard, we need to be compensated well, and we need to have an excuse for slacking. If we slack, there's a reason why we're slacking, and you need to forgive why we're slacking. We have an excuse for why we're not meeting expectations of our men, of our husbands, of our children. We're tired. We've had to be everything for everyone.
Is that true?
Like Black men feel sometimes, like dating interracially. And it's that, ooh, I just needed a break from Black women. Are we that heavy that we actually have to have people take a break from us? Because if we are that heavy, that means that something had to have cost. We didn't just stumble upon being heavy for no reason. So what makes us as Black women heavy? Harder, I should say, in comparison to other women? Is it because we're black? So if you ask that question of women, do black people have it harder? Is that a myth? Is it a myth that black people have it harder? Because if black people have it harder, and you are black and you're a woman, then damn, yes, that makes it double hard out here. And if it makes it double hard out here, then yeah, we have a reason as to why we feel the way we do. And it's just not our imagination. It's not our imagination. Yes, hard. And fighting to feel like you matter as a black person, and then put on top of that, fighting to feel that you matter as a woman, now as a black woman, I think we damn well are in our right to feel some kind of way. And that's not an excuse, that's reality. That's a reality check for those of you who need to be checked about what it is that we feel and what we say and how we carry ourselves, and this little protective thing that we do that makes people back up off us. But here's my thing, sister. What we need to practice is when we come together, we come without the baggage, the blockage and toxicity that we have to deal with every day. Sisters, when we come home, we want there to be peace. When we come home among each other, we want there to be peace. We want there to be peace because we are fighting every day. So we don't need to fight among ourselves. My bus is coming. We want to be gentle and understanding when it comes to who we are as sisters. It is very hot. So it appears as if I'm just going to be talking to you all from bus stops. I got to get it in however I can get it in. I just want to bring some closure to yesterday. I think I just left off on saying that we just need to be gentle with each other, because obviously, yeah, it's harder for us. And we don't need to feel bad about letting it be known, you know, and doing things that really heighten our sense of awareness and self-esteem, because we have to put on extra armor because it is rough out here for a black woman. That's not to say it's not rough out here for anybody else. But like I said yesterday, when white people catch a cold, as they say, black people catch a flu. And if it's harder for women in general, then you know it's harder for us as black women. With that said, I got this Jesus sign back here. Belize loves some Jesus. Save that video for another time because it's deep. I haven't even talked about that aspect of Belize. The religion, and something else that's kind of connected to what I'm talking about now, about black women being heavy and not being seen as much fun, more lightweight, because we got all this baggage. But back to what I think is most important, and that is black women being a sense of comfort and understanding for each other, putting down these petty competitions. You know, if you don't know anything about real estate, this is going to sound a little, do with it what you may. My brain just thinks like that sometimes in comparisons. But speaking of comparisons, if you've ever purchased a home, one of the things they give you if you're buying a home or selling a home, they give you comps, homes in your area that compare with your home so that you know how best to price it. When you compare yourself to unlikely things, not that you should be making comparisons at all, but if you're gonna do it, and we know it's reality, you make these comparisons, try to choose like-minded things. You're comparing your shape to someone who's never had children, your stomach to someone who's never had children. You've had several children looking good, and you're around comparing yourself to someone who doesn't have any. You're comparing yourself to People who have not gone through half the things you've gone through and survived it. But yet, you see them as the standard, not you. You don't see you as the standard. You see them as the standard because their life looks as if they're, but they haven't gone through any of what you've gone through. Comparing yourself to people who start out with certain businesses and not even knowing that these are family businesses, money that's, their families were smart enough to create legacies and family didn't. But guess what? You have a business, several businesses, or whatever you're doing, you did it without that cushion. And yet you're still comparing yourself to someone who looks like they're just doing it. They're able to do this and be free. If you're gonna do it, do like in real estate. Choose things that are comparable. Choose something that's in your lane. Compare yourself to that. That would probably be a more fair comparison. Comps. Choose your comps carefully if you're gonna compare. I'm always talking about competition among women because I can't. It's like it's one of my. I just don't respond very well. I retreat from them quickly. Like if I'm among women and I start to see any of that, I shut down very quickly. And unfortunately, my eyes tell more about what I'm thinking. I don't have a poker face. So as soon as a woman does something to me that indicates it's a petty competition, some comment that's made, that's when I shut down. They kind of lose me. Then I think, oh, this is just a little shallow sisterhood thing. There won't be any depth here. So I don't go any deeper. I just keep it shallow. And I don't even like dealing in the shallow. When we come together, let's be that for each other. Let's be a sense of peace for each other. Let's be an opportunity to put down the sword, put down let the battlefield go. Trust each other enough to share and not have to be the know-it-all or the one who has it all together, so that we don't feel embarrassed around sisters who appear to have it together. None of us have it all together. Let's also be able to genuinely celebrate the accomplishments and the success of other sisters. Really celebrate that, because we know how difficult it is. If we know how difficult it is for those of us who've had a harder time of it or dealing with other things, that not everyone has a difficult time as a Black woman. So I'm not speaking to all Black women. Some of you, life is groovy. We should rejoice in your grooviness. If it's been groovy and gravy for you, there should be no side eye or shade for that. Just coming together to celebrate it all. But I know that even if it's been groovy and gravy for you, you're still not a white woman. You still are not a white woman. And your crocodile tears and your accomplishments, your comp doesn't compare with hers in white supremacy. So regardless of how groovy and gravy you got it, we still connected to you, sis. You may have a little easier than us, but we still are connected. I hear this a lot sometimes, let's stop coming together in our pain. I'm something about bonding in trauma. I guess that's the latest word, I don't know if that's a new psychology. When you're in education and these people come up with new terms, we jump right on it. So now it's like we shouldn't bond in our trauma. Really? When? What's wrong with bonding in trauma? We can't bond in trauma now. We have to, because of course it's those of us who do connect as Black people often. People of color, period, who've gone through something will connect with their trauma, their history, their experience. But now I think it's another one of those mantras that gets us in trouble as Black people, because it works against the DNA of who we are. And we start emulating people who were, studying and going to school, and we don't dissect these things carefully and look at them culturally and how they connect to us specifically. we just take them on because, we're studying, getting degrees, or people who've written books, or whatever the case. I say, yeah, we're gonna bond in trauma, victory, and success. We're gonna bond in whatever helps us to bond. If you're bonding, you're bonding. Let's just work on bonding. We come together because we're hurting, or we have similar stories, and we can share in that. What's wrong with that? I think anything's wrong with that. And vulnerability is something that Black women don't frequently get to do and show, believe it or not. We have our face, our super, woman cape on many times, even around each other. We can't get to some of the bonding or some of the trauma because we still have to appear strong with each other. So whatever way we can bond, as long as it's not in competition. So I'm back on mission, back on vision, and that is what having true sisterhood will do when you put aside a lot of the drama and petty and competition and just the silliness that happens when it's all about, not really connecting for real. Connecting out of comparisons instead of connecting out of a communal bonding of sisterhood. This has been Spine Shine Goddess. Hit that like button or dislike. Subscribe, the notification button, so that you know when I'm uploading the next video. And remember, be peace. But if you have to be war, be that too. Peace out, y'all.
All I see is black stars and I friggin' love it. Ain't nothing without a woman, no. Woman to woman, I just wanna